It is, Dana. Yeah, exciting. We got 15 left, 9 at home, 6 on the road. So I think, good opportunity. We're playing two of the perennial powers in the Horizon League. You think of our league, these are two teams, two universities that immediately pop up with NKU and Wright State. So, um, good opportunity to bounce back. I think, last week, a lot of frustration. If you said to me, Dana, what's one word to describe, to sum up those two games, is a little bit of frustration. But at the end of the day, that's sports, right? I mean, it's, a possession by possession game. And these will be no different. I think little misleading with NKU's record in league play. They're 1-3, but certainly a very, very good team, one of the top teams in this league. They've had a lot of COVID issues. Two of their better players have sat out games, Adrian Nelson and Faulkner. So we'll have to be ready to go.
You're kind of in that, one's ahead of you, one's below you. I know it's only 6 games in, but, positioning becomes important now. So how critical are they?
I think you're 200% accurate. We've been in this league I've been in this league 4 years, and to be a top four seed is very, very critical if you're trying to get to an NCAA tournament. Why? You get a first round bye and then you get a home game. So last year we missed it by one game. The year before we were tied for fourth and we lost a tiebreaker. It really comes down to every single game being really, really critical for positioning. I looked at our schedule when it came out and I said these 6 games are going to be really, really an indicator of where we'll be at. We're not that far off. We're just a couple possessions away from being at the top of the league. So I'm proud of our guys for staying the course, sticking together through some tough times with an injury, and now of course a second injury with Luke. One thing about our teams, we're always going to play really hard. We're going to compete. We've been pretty good in our own building inside the Beagley Center. We just got to get back on track this week, but we know it's going to be tough.
Touching on Luke, just what changes do you make in the lineup now? How do you adjust?
Yeah, we've had to reinvent a few times. This is, something that, it definitely affects our team. I don't know how the other coaches feel, but I know how I feel about Luke. I thought he'd have been on the all-freshman team. Just an unbelievable assist-to-turnover ratio, unbelievable understanding of where the ball should go, pass-first guy. So we're hoping, knock on wood, that he comes back in 3 weeks. We're not going to operate. He's in basically a stabilizer to keep the hand stable. And hopefully we get him back, in a crucial part of the season. So how do we move forward? Obviously, Shamar was tremendous in the Cleveland State game. That's a good step. Dwayne Cohill will play the point some, and then so will Daniel Goro. So we'll do it by committee. But it's certainly a loss. There's no doubt about it. The way he was playing, he was not playing like a freshman.
Sure, you know a lot of coaches at big time programs, and injuries are part of it. Did you talk to anybody? Did you talk to your fellow coaches? Just to maybe get it off your chest a little bit.
Yeah, that's a good question. I talked to yesterday. I talked to Steve McLean. He's now an assistant at the University of Georgia. He was the head coach at UIC. They have had 2 major injuries. So I'm always trying to reach out to different coaches and people that I know to bounce things off of. But you really go back to your principles with defense. We're vastly improved from last year. Statistically, we're 4th in the league defensively. We have to clean up 2 areas right now. You say that, then you may come back next week and I might say we got to clean up 3 more areas. But statistically right now, Dana, it's really 2 things. It's our turnovers. We're turning the ball over at a high rate, but we're not turning our opponents over at a high rate. So what that correlates to is possessions in the game. You put so much pressure on your defense with not valuing the ball. And we've told our kids this. And then number 2 is the paint. So we're not shooting a real good percentage around the rim. We get to the rim and we're missing a lot of easy ones. We got to concentrate. We got to put an emphasis on that, and then we got to protect the paint. Now, 3 weeks ago, if you'd looked at our team stats, we were really high in three-point field goal percentage. I think we were at like 39%. Right now, we're down to 29. So as this season goes, there's things that are going to be a point of emphasis. Those two things we got to correct because we're playing NKU that plays 4 guards. They spread you out, they drive you, they shoot threes. And then Wright State is a little bit, they want to throw the ball close. And they got a lot of post-up opportunities with Holden and obviously Grant Basile being one of the better bigs in our league. That's all that paint area. So we've got to improve on those couple things. And I like where our team our mindset is. I would say, we had 3 games in 5 days. That's very, very taxing on a team. It's taxing on the coaching staff. I was able to get away yesterday to recruit. The hard part about our league, Dana, is with so many games, you don't get a lot of practice time, as I mentioned after the game. Then you don't get a lot of chances to recruit. So that was good to do that yesterday. But you're basically going about an hour each day. So you got to really focus on the film and the mental side of things to try to correct some of these things we need to get a little better at.
There's 4 games in 4 days with you and the women, so it's a big basketball week. And just the importance of 4 games in 4 days.
Well, I think it's kind of neat. I would rather prefer 2 days with double headers, as you and I have talked, for 5 years. I'm a big advocate of that. I think, you're keeping asking fans to come out in cold weather, right? It's very, very chilly. You got a lot of sickness going around. So there's a lot of things that are affecting these crowds. It's not just Youngstown State. It's all over the country. I think the fan bases, the number of fans attending are down. We got to try to get the students out. I think that's a big proponent. You saw that early in the season. We gotta get our students to rally around the team. Some of the other sports teams get into the building because the noise, the energy in the building, that affects your play. All the great programs. I watched the Kansas game last night. I mean, just a tremendous, tremendous crowd, So any advantage we can get with playing this many home games is awesome. And I think both teams, have done a really good job. The women are, undefeated. We're 14-1. I mean, how many teams are you going to have like that? I've been part of like 3 or 4 of those. It's a special thing. You start to believe that you may not lose, right? And then once you get those crowds around those girls and our men's team, that's just going to help us. Like I said, we got 9 of our last 15 are at home. We got to win home games. It's really, really important piece of the equation here because we've been pretty good on the road this year. We got a lot of road wins. We got 3 road wins in the league and 3 home losses. So we got to improve on that.
Coach, Mike is approaching career milestone, 1,000 points. And just really can you just talk about what he's meant to the program in the last 5 years?
Yeah, Mike, 5 years ago, we got him out of Florida. He's just been awesome. Michael is a kid that wants to do the right thing, on and off the court. He's working on a master's degree. He's a great teammate. His family is so supportive of what we got going here. That's why he came back for the 5th year. Big part of our offense, big part of our defense. I want nothing more to see him go out a winner and lead this team to an NCAA tournament. So he's been awesome, to reach when players start getting accolades, 1,000 points, rebounds, those individual things. That means your team has had some success, right? We have had back-to-back winning seasons, got a chance for a 3rd winning season. It's not because anything the coaching staff's doing. Yeah, we play a part in it. We develop guys. We come up with game plans. But in college basketball, you're only as good as your players. We've been fortunate to have some really good players buy into our system, fit our system, develop in our system, and he's done a really nice job of that.